Start by securing your thread to the hook. Once it's secure, bring your thread to just behind the eye of the hook and snip off the excess thread. Now take a chunk of pseudo and secure it right behind the eye of the hook so that it's facing forward. Now wrap the pseudo into the hook about 2/3 of the shank and then wrap back forward so that it secures the pseudo down and snip off the excess. Now once your pseudo hair is secure and in place, tie in a few strands of flashaboo on either side of the shank. Tie it in right behind the eye of the hook. Once it's secure, select a different color of pseudo and tie it in right behind the eye of the hook. Once again, it's going to be facing forward over the eye, and you're going to secure it back 2/3 of the shank of the hook. What's nice about tying with pseudo hair is that it comes in many colors. So keep that in mind when tying up a pseudo minnow, that you don't have to stick with the olive and white, and by simply adding orange, red, or maybe even a little brown, can change this fly to a crappie pattern, a perch pattern, or maybe even some carp fry. So now that all of your pseudo is secured down, go ahead and bring your thread to the center of the hook and whip finish. Snip off the excess thread. Once your whip finish is secure, our next step will be to add the gummy body. Snip off a rectangle of gummy body, complementary to the size of hook you're using, and pinch it on. Once the gummy body is stuck on the hook, snip off the back corner at a 45-degree angle near the bend of the hook. Once it is all snipped, carefully start to peel away the outer sticker. This will reveal the gummy body, which should be clear. Do this delicately. Once we have the full gummy body revealed, start taking the flashaboo and stick it back on the gummy body. Now repeat the same step on the other side of the pseudo minnow. Once your flashaboo is all in place, pull back the top portion of the pseudo minnow and stick it to the top side of the gummy body. Once that's nice and secure, do the same thing to the bottom half of the fly. Getting it even on the bottom half can be a little tricky. It might be easier just to pull the hook out of the vise. Once it is all secure and stuck to the gummy body, you should have a nice fish shape to your fly. Applying a little pressure to the entire fly will just help secure the fly into that specific shape. Once the pseudo hair is all secure, place the hook back on the vise, trim the tail just a little bit so it's even, and then start marking the face of the pseudo minnow with just a black marker. Now move to the back of the fly and do just a small strip of black along the back. Once you've got some on there a little bit, add about 3 stripes down the side of the pseudo minnow. This is just going to add a little bit of depth to our fly. Once you've finished marking up the pseudo minnow, it's time to add a couple of eyes. Just some sticky eyes on either side of the pseudo minnow will certainly bring this fly to life. For a little extra security, we're going to add some Zap-A-Gap over the eyes and to the face of the pseudo minnow. This little bit of Zap-A-Gap that we're applying onto the minnow is really going to help hold our fly together when it gets hit by a fish. And once it's all glued up, you have yourself a pseudo minnow.